Hey, and welcome back to another Riz Reaction Series Sunday.
Sin City wasn't made for you. Angels like you.
Shut up! Riz? Those aren't even spelled the same. What do you be talking about? You always in here talking about nothing. What do you be talking about? Do you shower? Do you hear the shit that be coming out your mouth? Shut up! Damn! And take this shit off!
Oh! Today, we are going to be reacting to 3 scary stories. I hope you're ready.
Every 4th of July, Uncle Sam visited our house. Waking up in the morning, I would find my dad standing near the table, lecturing me on how to behave.
Now remember, I don't want you talking to him unless I'm around. You hear? Yes, Dad. I'm serious. Now tuck in your shirt. He's here.
The front door swung open and there stood Uncle Sam, dressed unusually.
Happy 4th of July!
He was really proud to be an American, so every 4th of July he would wear a suit designed like the national flag. He would match that with his tall hat, which looked even more bizarre.
No!
Like
Uncle Tommy said, turning to me and lowering himself to a knee.
Where's my hug at? Been a while since I saw you last.
Where's my hug
I took a couple of steps toward him and leaned in for a hug. His tight embrace made me uncomfortable, and I let out a light whimper.
Why do you always see you wearing full sleeves?
He asked, tugging at my long sleeves.
Am I not
Well, they're my dad's favorite. Oh, you poor thing.
He then turned towards my dad and said,
Let the boy have some fun, Jack. Don't you remember how much fun you used to have when you were his age?
I saw my dad's face turn red. He yelled at me.
Don't you have some chores to finish up?
I knew that was my time to leave, so I shuffled off to my room. Slowly, the sun set and the house was set up with 4th of July decorations. I came out of my room when I saw my aunt's car pull up outside. A firecracker lit up the sky as I saw my cousins rushing into the house. We 3 hugged each other and were so excited. Uncle Sam was watching us with a creepy smile.
You boys are so cute together. I wish I could just eat you all up.
Oh, hell no.
Boys, go play upstairs. We will call you when it's time.
Oh my gosh.
We all fled the scene hearing our aunt's voice. Every time Uncle Sam came, my dad and aunt's behavior just changed. I don't even get why they even invited him if they hate Uncle Sam so much. But on that 4th of July, things took a dark turn. I was playing a video game with my cousin Noah and Devin when Noah said,
Mom saved me from his hug today. Hell yeah, dude. What about you? I bet he gave you tons of hugs, huh? Shut up.
They went quiet, but one thing was clear. We too hated Uncle Sam. When we went down for dinner, we were shocked. Uncle Sam was sitting on the couch with a big frown like he had been scolded by his mom. My dad was packing his bag. My mom and aunt were sitting at the dinner table.
What's wrong, guys? Nothing. Uncle Sam's got an emergency and he'll be leaving soon, right after dinner.
I could sense tension, but too many questions would get me in trouble, so I remained quiet. Anyways, we were happy that our weird uncle was soon leaving.
Come, let's eat dinner.
Our aunt called us and we listened. Uncle Sam got up and stormed into the basement. 5 minutes later, he came out with his coat and walking stick. He snatched his suitcase from Dad and spoke to him in a grunting voice.
You shouldn't have crossed me, Jack. You have to pay a big price for this one.
My dad opened the door for him and slammed it hard once he left. He came to sit with us and took a deep breath.
Finally, we can have dinner in peace.
Rest of the night, things got better.
So
they were all cheering and laughing again. Uncle Sam's exit gave us all a peculiar relief. My cousin slept in my room. I was on the bed and they brought their sleeping bags. I don't recall what time it was, but I heard a creak. I opened my eyes and saw my bedroom door slowly opening.
Oh, hell no. He's about to become a victim.
Is that you?
I got up on the bed, rubbing my sleepy eyes.
He's about to be a victim.
Mom?
No answer came.
I saw your mom, bro.
This time, I saw a head beginning to come out from the gap in the door.
Nah.
Who is that?
Now there stood a tall man in my room. His eyes glowed in the dark. His sharp white teeth glazed, touching the moonlight.
Am I really about to get my booty taken?
It came out from the dark shadows and said in a groggy voice,
"Can I have one last hug, Andrew?"
Oh, hell nah.
He didn't wait for me to reply and came running at me full speed. My scream woke everyone up and my cousins turned on the light. Once they saw Uncle Sam standing near my bed, they got scared too. Uncle Sam turned to leave knowing that he had messed up this time. But my dad blocked his way. He dragged Uncle Sam out of my room and my aunt locked the door from the outside.
Just stay in and don't scream.
What did he
Be
think
cool,
was gonna
boys.
happen?
We're only going to call the cops.
After that night,
they about to
I never
jump him.
saw Uncle Sam again. The cops never came to our house asking anything about him. Years later, my dad died. My cousin and I met at his funeral. My aunt has died too by then. Devin then gave me a key saying my aunt wore this like a pendant till the day she died. They have checked everything and the key opens nothing in their house. So that's when I noticed my dad's initials on the key. And it hit me. Dad had a safe in his office. The key to the safe looked exactly like this one. But he said he had lost it and we never got to open that safe. Taking my cousin to my dad's old office, I twisted the key into the safe and it opened with a rusty click. As we opened the door of the safe, our blood froze. There were Uncle Sam's clothes, shoes, and hat wrapped up in plastic. Noah unfolded the clothes to check and ended up dropping them in fear. There were spritz of red dots all over Uncle Sam's belongings.
Do you think our parents?
Devin didn't let him
finish.
Let's burn these clothes. Now, move.
We burnt them in our backyard. I don't know what happened to Uncle Sam and I don't want to know. But I sure believe parents can go to any extent to protect their children.
Well, that goes to show. Don't fuck with somebody's kids. Or you might end up like Uncle Sam.
My name's Amanda and I live alone with my 2-year-old daughter. I always felt uneasy at our old apartment. One day the drains were clogged, so I called maintenance to come and fix it in the morning around 10 a.m. They had a key to access any apartment, so I made sure to set an alarm for 9 a.m. just to make sure I was up before anyone showed up. That night was a regular night. I put my daughter to sleep and I locked all the doors and windows. Since it's just us, I was always paranoid despite living on the 5th floor. Morning eventually comes and I open my eyes and see my daughter still asleep in her bed, but I couldn't move. Just then I noticed everything got quiet and I saw some kind of figure peeking its head around the corner of my open door. I couldn't make out any features on it. I think my brain tried to make it look like someone I knew.
Do bro got a mask on?
It didn't feel right to me, but oddly enough, I wasn't scared either. Then the words, "Someone's at the door," popped in my head. I was so confused. How would I know that? And I couldn't even move. But over and over I kept hearing, "Someone's at the door." The figure was just there.
That's her conscience
After maybe
telling her
30
that.
seconds, I could hear my door being unlocked and someone saying, "Hello?" My door had 3 locks, 2 deadbolt locks, and a chain lock that prevented the door from opening even if you had a key. As soon as I realized what was going on, I woke up. I just laid in bed halfway afraid and trying to figure out what just happened. But surely enough, my daughter was still asleep. I looked at my phone and it was 7 a.m. I looked at the door, but no one was there.
The top one's
I
unlocked,
inspected the house, but no one was there. When I went to check the door, I saw one of my deadbolt locks was open. But I know I locked it last night. I just stood there in disbelief. I was so grateful for the chain lock, and then I thought, did that mysterious figure try to warn me? Was it trying to get my attention? Maintenance came later and I asked them, did someone come by earlier, and they said yes. Apparently someone canceled a call and they moved my appointment up without telling me. When they realized they couldn't get in, they just left and came back at 10. Nothing like that ever happened to me again, and a month later I moved out of that apartment complex. I still don't know what I experienced or why that figure came to warn me. but I'm grateful that it did, and me and my daughter are safe.
That one was a bit lighter than I thought it was. But lock your doors at night. Seriously.
One day, my friend Ricky asked me to go to a zoo no one knows about. He said that it is a secret underground zoo where only a limited number of people could enter through personal connections. The entrance fee was exorbitantly expensive, almost $1,000. But since Ricky came from a rich family, he offered to pay for my admission.
Y'all know you're not about to
I was
see no
very
animals.
excited and went to the zoo with him. When I went to the entrance, many people were there, and the staff started guiding us. Welcome to the human zoo.
Conniving.
Our zoo has combined human and animal genes to create the most beautiful creatures. Aren't you really excited? But you must write a confidential oath that you'll never reveal anything you saw here today. And whoever reveals the secret will become prey to the beasts here. There were murmurs from the crowd, but everyone signed the oath and got on the elevator. The elevator went all the way down to the 10th basement floor, and when the door opened, a large glass wall stretched out ahead, and there were living creatures inside. The first thing I saw was a human figure, 7 feet tall, covered entirely in crocodile skin. Its torso was very long, and it stood on short limbs. What's up with the lizard appearing in
this damn episode?
The creature squealed as it stared at us with its yellow reptile eyes. Walking further inside, a huge eagle-like creature was crouching inside the glass, and when it spread its black wings that was covering its whole body, a human-like face emerged. Standing on human feet, its wingspan seemed to be nearly 8 feet, and standing on human feet, its wingspan seemed to be human-like face emerged. Standing on human feet, its wingspan seemed to be nearly 8 feet, and it flew into the air in a flash. The ceiling of the zoo, which was below 10 floors underground, was very high, and the eagle flew here and there. Then the zookeeper threw food on the floor. It flew over and snatched it at once.
The zookeeper about to get snatched up himself.
Everyone cheered and clapped. It was an unbelievable sight. As I continued walking, I saw more and more shocking creatures. A creature with the head of a black panther and a lower body of a human. A creature with a snake head and a human body. A creature with a tiger face mixed with a human face, and so on. They pounced on the glass whenever we passed by. I was continuously shocked. In the meantime, someone took out a hidden camera and tried to take pictures of the creatures. Then, a security guard took the person's camera from behind, threw it away, and put his
finger in his mouth?
And after a while, a staff started guiding us. All right, finally, the main event of the day is coming soon. Don't miss the best spectacle on Earth. After a while, the zookeepers appeared, dragging someone in the cage full of tiger men. That person was struggling for help, and the zookeepers just threw him in the cage.
Damn!
In an instant, the tiger men ran up to him and tore him into pieces with both hands. I screamed on the spot, and so did the other people. Then the staff said,
he tossed his ass in there?
Do not worry, that's not a real human, but a human clone created by genetic recombination. I couldn't breathe. To me, this wasn't a spectacle. It was just a crime committed by madmen. Then I saw a doctor surrounded by people in the distance. The doctor was making an impassioned speech about how he had succeeded in combining the genes. I got furious, but everyone was just watching with interest. Some of them asked, "How much is that animal? I want to own it as a pet." Then the doctor presented an astronomical amount. There were about 50 species of creatures in the zoo, and there was also an aquarium. There were creatures like turtle men and stingray men in the aquarium. All of them were too bizarre for me. I came home and thought about it carefully. I eventually called the police. After a while, I heard a voice in front of my house.
Oh, he's about to get cooked.
It's the police. Open the door.
He's about to get cooked.
When I opened the front door, they were not the police, but employees of the zoo. They covered something on my head and put me in the car.
Snatched his ass.
When I regained consciousness, I was in a laboratory at the zoo.
I like this animation.
Was standing in front of me, scowling at me, and said,
"Oh,
how dare you break your promise? I'll change your genetic structure and make you a beast. If I inject you DNA modification, your body will gradually grow hair, and you will grow fangs, and your nose will get longer. You'll gradually turn into a dog. Another great piece will be created." I begged him for help, but he gave me anesthetic, and I passed out.
Oh, I thought you
I
already
was stuck in
injected them
that
with
lab
it.
for days. The doctor was still studying my DNA.
Bro
as well
is
as that of
dried.
dogs. But a few days later, government agents suddenly rushed in
Damn!
all the zoo staff and doctors. I was able to come home and explain to my family what had happened, but they didn't believe it. The zoo was closed, but surprisingly, the incident did not appear anywhere in the media or the news and was thoroughly hidden. And a few days later, men in black suits came to me and warned me not to disclose a thing.
You got Will
about
Smith
the
on your
zoo.
ass.
Eventually, the zoo vanished in thin air, and no one knows where the creatures have gone or what happened
It
to
would
them.
be like public uproar.
Notion has been
Well, those were pretty interesting, especially that last one. Imagine going to a zoo. Of course, you're paying $1,000 to go into an underground private zoo. There's obviously not going to be regular things in there. A human zoo in real life, or them experimenting with gene splicing, you never know. People be crazy. People be crazy. But I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction series Sunday, and I will see y'all next time. Peace.